Hello, 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 everybody. We've got a couple of you in. I'm going to turn my phone up just for one quick sec to make sure I've got sound, and I do. This is my sound check. Just want to make sure the mic is working and you can hear me nice and clear. So welcome, Cordelia. Welcome, Deborah. Deborah, you are just a great fan, and you're always commenting on my videos and cards, so I appreciate you hanging out with us this evening. You know, tonight might be kind of quick. I've got a lot of my card prepped. I know I'm probably up against Craft Roulette this evening, but that's okay. I wanted to get a live in this week since I couldn't do it last night. I was at a craft show in town, Stampin' Safari, and I was working for Peddler's Den doing a make and take, and that was for another design team that I was on, and he's gone out of business, but it was kind of the last and final hoopla for that. But I will be at that stamp show tomorrow. So if you are local in Georgia, in Atlanta, it's up in Lawrenceville. For me, it was like an hour and a half drive, but I will be there from 10 to 4 tomorrow doing watercolor demos for Peddler's Den and using some of their stamps. Really cool stamps. Really intricate, really detailed stamps. So I've been practicing with their florals because we're going to do some florals in their booth tomorrow. So super excited to have the opportunity. Oh, thank you, Deborah. Let me pop that up there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yes, Cordelia, it was actually really successful last night. It was my first time doing a make and take. And I've never done that. I've never participated in one, nor have I taught one. It was a lot of fun. It was 5 rounds of, I think, 4 or 5 people each. So then they just rotated tables. And then they you got 15 minutes to make a card. I can show you really quick. I don't think, even though this is for Desiree Tangles, this was for Anthony's Papercraft. And this is the card that we made at the show last night for the make and take. Super fun. Met some wonderful ladies, and just hearing their stories of what they do for work and why they craft, and yeah, it was just really fun. So that took about 2 hours last night to do the make and take, and then I'll be there for 6 hours tomorrow doing some watercolor. So I'm super excited. But tonight, I haven't done anything since holiday really for Desiree Tangles for Include a Thank You. And I felt like I stamped the heck out of this holiday bulb stamp, but not really because we're getting it back out. I want to show this in a different light because I know it's holiday stamp, but I don't want us to get in the mindset of tuck it away, we're done with it till Christmas, because we can use it throughout just in different ways. And I will tell you, I've prepped a good amount of this so that we aren't here all night tonight. If those of us, maybe myself included, want to watch Craft Roulette with a cocktail, we have time to do that. So, it's turned out so cute so far. Like, it's really cute. I had to get something out, and I wanted to kick out something here for Desiree. So I'm super excited. It's going to be really cute. Before we go down to the down camera, show you what the products I'm going to use, a little bit of prep, and then we got some ink smushing. And part of this card, 2 things with this card for tonight. One, I'm using a technique that I just don't feel like I do enough. I've done it very little, and I don't know why I don't do it enough. It's super easy, and I always like the effect when I see other people do it. So we're going to do some emboss resist. I'm not going gold. I'm not going just white emboss resist with some ink smushing and with some just ink blending. That's it. Super easy, super cool. But I'm using 2 stamp sets tonight. So we're going to use the bulb set and the Tangled Botanicals set, which is one of my favorites from this set. So let's go down to the down camera and get started. Those of you that are just popping in, if you are new, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. You can subscribe to me here. Also, Manly Made Minute on Instagram. Find me there. Got some other cards and card hops and different things that I do. Post some team things up there for my cards for my design team stuff. So you can find me there. But let's have some fun. Let's get crafting and head down to the down camera. Okay. I just love playing with Desiree's stuff, to be super honest. I just love the fact that these Zen Tangle stuff, the designs of these are super fun to try to figure out all these different ways to color them, emboss them, maybe just do color stamping and don't color them in. I've done perfect pearls with these, watercolor with these, you name it, right? So we're getting out the holiday, this exact name of this one is Tangled Ornaments. Okay, this was her new release in over the holidays for Christmas. We're getting this out and going Valentine's on this little puppy. Okay, then on one of my inside, we're going to create my own designer series paper, and we're going to do the A Tangled Botanical, it's called. This one, you guys, is beautiful to watercolor, beautiful to water splatter and watercolor and smush. So we're going to do the ink blending on this one, I think, and then I'm going to do ink smushing on a piece that we're going to make this out of as well. But this is going to be used in my hearts. Now, the second part of tonight is I got my inspiration from a picture I saw on Pinterest with hearts. And I'm going to grab some of these that I've kind of pre-got ready here. You can't see it because it's white embossing, but it was a heart die cut that was stacked kind of like this, all connected, and it was a die cut. So it was cut out in this strip of hearts. And then it was just laid on the side of a card, and I can't remember what it was on. It was some designer series paper, something on the side. All right, I'm taking that concept and turning this into that die cut on a fun fold card with some ink smushing and some ink blending, and I'm getting out some vellum and some sparkly gold paper. Okay, so I saved a couple hearts to, oh, hey, Jim, welcome. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So I've done some of these already. I saved a couple to show you what I've done and how I've laid out the pattern, okay? All right, so I'm going to just use, so I pulled out, let's see here. The one I have in my MISTI right now is this one. I've done a couple, but I want to do one more with this one, and then I'm going to get out, I think it's going to be this one for my larger heart, just to show you how I did this. Okay, so I'm going to just get out a medium heart. So I've got two size hearts here, and then littler ones that I cut out in the gold. Okay, so I'm going to get up my medium one. Now I've got it in here already. Lay this out however you want this to lay on your heart. So I do a little bit of powder. I'm just going to lay that in there. Okay. Now lay this out. Do you want just the corner of it? Do you want the whole thing covered? Do I want it coming from the side? Lay this in there how you want this. Okay. If you want that in there, put it in there. If you don't want it in there, I didn't on any of mine. So I'm going to go on this one. I think I'm just going to go kind of on a half going across. Okay. It might lift up because my sticky pad's got some powder on it, but that's okay. I'll just relay it down and make sure I'm in that general area. So I'm going a half a heart, okay? And we're just going to use and I'll bring it over here once I stamp this and just show you what I'm doing. I've just dumped out my opaque, super fine embossing powder. If I lift it up carefully, it will stick down for me, and I can get at least two out of there without moving it. Like so. All right. Now I'm just going to use my tweezers, pick up on the side that I don't have any of that embossing on it, and I'll carry this over to show you what I've done. I literally just took on my paper and dumped it in there, and I'm just dipping it in like so, okay? And then heat that up. So I will heat this up before I smear it. And I did this on same technique on all my hearts. So I'll do a couple more of these, but I want to switch up now to a different set. Okay. Now, I think I did, let me just double check. I'm going to do one more small one with that on there because I think I did a couple. And then my last couple here, I'll just switch up to the other one. And literally, I just put the heart down. I'm not too concerned about, I'm just making sure it's going to be in the area of my bulb. So if I lay this down, I'm catching that corner of the ball, or of the heart. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm not too concerned about the total placement on these, because once I ink them and stuff, you'll see that pop out. And just do this side of the heart. If I lift it up gently enough, I can get one in there. It doesn't stick real well. I should have washed off my sticky mat, but I knew I'd get powder on it tonight, so. Okay, same thing. I'm just going to pick that up, dip it, and then just emboss that out. This is the, I think this is the Wow. Let me just double check. I'll just show you. Yeah, this is the Wow Opaque Bright White Super Fine. And I did super fine because of the detail on her stamps here. There's some fine details. This one especially, the lines are quite close. All right, I have already done some in this one, and now this one. So I'm going to switch to this one. And this one matches this stamp set, the A Tangled Bloom stamp set. Same design. I almost used this one and wrapped it around the corners of the hearts, but I wanted to do, like, show you just the bulbs, right? So I just think it's cool to be able to see the bulbs in a different light. I'm just going to lay it over the whole heart on that one. Make sure I'm still within. I am. Some of these I was strategic. On one of them, I took the top part of where the bulb hangs and did it so it sprayed off of that on one of the hearts. Just, I was strategic on 90% of these. Did the top instead of the bottom on that one. It's going to lift on me, so I'm just going to give it one. Oh, there we go. How much embossed resist do you guys do? Every time I see it, I'm like, I got to do more of that. And then I always forget about this technique, to be honest. Because then I get in my head where I'm like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. And then I just forget. You forget about some of these techniques until you see something. And you're like, okay, I got to do that again, or I've got to do that more. And when I saw the design, because the one in Pinterest had kind of designs on them, and I was like, this is a chance for me to do out some embossed resist. So let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 medium hearts. So I think I'm good on the medium. I've got let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're good. All right, I'm going to do my big heart. So this heart is going to be in the center. And then this one, I do want to strategically place this because I want it wrapped around one side. So I'm just going to I want some white space over here splashing out. So I'm just going to bring this kind of around the edge of that heart. So I have that wrapping around that edge is what I want on this one. Okay. All right. Last one, and then we'll start ink blending these. And then I'll do my other two. We'll do the DSP stuff first that I'm making so that it has time to fully dry. This might be a one and done because it's sticking. Oh, there it went. Let's try to get one more out of that. I've done emboss resist a couple times, but somehow it intimidates you. It intimates you. It intimates you like a Valentine card, Deborah. Intimidates. Yeah, it's just one I don't do very often. It's so easy to do. I don't think there's anything to be intimidated, to be honest. Now, I'm going to tell you, I got the round part of the bulb in there. Don't care. It all kind of ties together for me anyway. I am just learning and trying to force myself to not be too concerned about some of those fine details, because in the end, nobody's going to know anyway, and it just works. So the fact that I got the little round piece of that bulb is not bothering me one bit. Making sure you got your good shiny parts all over, that everything's melted. Okay, before we go on, let's put my powder away. And I'm going to do these two pieces that I set aside. And then I will put the measurements. I don't think I put the measurements in the comments yet, and I will do that when I'm done. I do have them, written down here for me now, but I'll put them in the comments of what we've done. Okay? All right. Now, I have two pieces of paper. that we're going to do some, I got to do ink emboss on these first, and then we'll do our smushing. So this one here is going to be cut into 5 1/4 by 2 3/4 2 times. This one's going to be 5 1/2 by 1 inch 2 times. All right, I've just cut them large enough to cut those down once I'm done. So this one I'm going to use the bulb on. So for this, literally, I just want to get the edges in there. And I'm just going to randomly place this all around my piece of paper. Let's just start here, I guess. We'll tighten it up against there. And I know I've got Versamark on here, so I'm going to gently place this down first. Like so. And now we're just going to start stamping this out and then emboss this one. So this whole card's about emboss resist. Yeah, I figured Deborah intimidates, yes. It just cracked me up because it's a Valentine's card and then it's intimating you. All right. I'm going to use the same one on this piece because I'm using the botanicals on this one. I'm going to go kind of right in the middle, I think, on this side. On that one, and then I can get a little piece there and one more at the bottom of that. So hopefully, those of you that bought this stamp set over the holidays, this is just going to give you guys a different idea, you know, so that we're not storing these and getting them all dusty till next Christmas, right? Different ways that we can still use these designs, because these designs are just great to use on anything. Any card, really. You know what I mean? Like, it could be, it doesn't have to be a holiday card. This could be great on any kind of sentiment. All right, I'm going to go kind of off kilter because I'm going to go here and here so I get a little bit more randomness on that. Just being careful not to put that on my Versamark. Like, this is like, it's an easy card actually, but this is like the worst part of it is just all the stamping and embossing to get all your pieces ready. So that's why I did do prep on some. I'm just laying that in that one little corner that I missed a little piece there, the way the bulbs lay out. That little piece. And I'll get one more here up in this corner. Better pick this up with my tweezers. We're going to go up in this corner so I can get to this corner. Out of room for my magnet, so we'll hopefully get this in one shot. Just kind of getting that in there as much as I can. In that one little corner. All right, happy with that. Let's dip. So I'm just gonna, I actually put it all away, so we're just gonna dump over. Nothing left to dip into. This stuff, I swear, I've had this jar probably for 2 years, and I don't, this is how much I don't do this technique, because it's hardly even used. And how much I actually don't use white, because I always grab the gold. All right, dump that before I make a mess. All right, heat this up. Yeah, same here, Cordelia. Gold a ton, red a fair amount, but more so in the holidays. But it's usually gold or silver almost all the time if I'm grabbing something, especially for sentiment. But now I feel like, why don't I use more white on black for sentiments that I'm doing this, you know? That's the deal. I see it on these other cards, like I said earlier, and then I'm like, I love that, and then I forget about it. I get in the habit of what I usually grab and then forget. All right, that'll look cool because it's just going to be cut up and you won't even know. So it's probably hard to see that shine quite yet on the camera. So I'll get this other one done. All right, this one, you guys, is actually I know I say this all the time, but this seriously is one of my favorite stamp sets that she has because I love to watercolor this one. So let's just use that side since we got orange on that side. All right, where did I put the, here it is. Yeah, this one, if you're going to go for Desiree Tangles, this is a must to have. The leaves are also awesome to use for anything. I almost did this with the leaves, to be honest, the fall leaves that she had. All right, here's what I want. Because I'm going to cut this way, I want this coming across, right? So I'm literally just going to go here, and then I'm going to go on this side and kind of put it in between, and that's it. Oh, I got to move that down a little bit. It was on the edge on me. I am in the mood lately to, I call it, make my own DSP. So I'm making my own designer series paper, essentially, is what I call it. Do you guys do this very much, or do you kind of just grab the pre-made? I get in phases, like where I do this, and then I'm like making my own a lot, and then I go back to the pre-made. But well, hey, Deborah McDonald, welcome. How are you? Good to see you. We are using Deborah's Zentangle designs by Desiree Tangles from Include a Thank You, and I'm making Valentine's card out of them. So what we did first is I used the holiday ornaments, and I stamped the hearts, so we're clear and boss resisting. And now I'm doing just the inside piece before I start coloring. So I'm kind of turning non-traditional Valentine's stamps into Valentine's cards and stamps. Is kind of the goal here. Honestly, I'm just a stretch the supplies I have kind of person, and try to like use them in different lights than. Oh, now I got to move that back. Don't stamp that yet, Shawn. So I'm just going to shift a little bit. I might have to shift this down twice so I get over here, because I'm going in between on this one. Yeah, I just love this dang stamp. Greetings from Cape Coral, Florida. Well, hey, Colleen. This is my friend Colleen, you guys. Colleen and Carl are down in Cape Coral. Colleen and Carl were our Broadway buddies, I guess we would call ourselves, right, Colleen? We did our theater tickets together when we all lived in Minneapolis, and we've all kind of now spread around a little bit. Carl her husband, Carl, everybody, is kind of the tech guy. So anytime I've had tech questions with all my equipment or what equipment to buy, like when I bought these new mics that I'm wearing, I always call Carl. 1-800-CARL for all my tech questions. He probably gets sick of me. All right, we're going to emboss resist this last piece, and we'll start coloring, and then we just got to assemble this stuff. I mean, the coloring will go pretty quick because it's just really simple ink blending. So, oh, okay, the little reveal I got off of that. This is gonna look pretty cool. All right, let's melt this one down. Where at in Canada, Deborah McDonald? I grew up just like 2-3 miles from the Canadian border in North Dakota. So how far into Canada are you? Not at all, Colleen? Good. This one would look so good in black embossing powder with like some bright colors blended around it or ink smushed around it. This one would look really good with some bright and black and bright colors. Good and hot on this. Don't hold it just because you want that to melt. Get it this good and hot. It'll melt really quick and just keep it moving. All right, just look for any non-shiny parts, and I think I've got everything melted. All right, let me put this away. You're about half hour from the border, Pelham. Not sure where that is. I grew up in Walhalla, North Dakota, which is 2 hours south of Winnipeg, Manitoba. If you know where that's at. I'm assuming you do, but. All right, clean up my space here. A little swifter will get all your powder off really, really nice. Okay, let's ink smush first. So I'm just gonna get out my crafty mat. I want to do, what did I decide? I think I was gonna do, this is gonna be on the cover with this. So I think if I do oxides on, I'm gonna do oxides on one and not on the other. So I think I'm gonna keep the oxides on the front because the front's gonna be so busy that that'll mute down. So I'm gonna do the oxides here, the ink smushing with the bright here. So I'm gonna go with my pink and what did I decide? Pink and I think, do I have a lavender? I don't have all the distressed colors, so we might have to go peacock feathers maybe, and a yellow. Let's see here. Give me 1 second to pull these out. Oh, here we go. I'll use these. Oh, we'll use my minis. I think this is the darker of the pink I have. I have Sponge Sugar. Kitsch Flamingo is my darker one. We're going Distress, by the way, if you haven't figured that out. Then I'm going to use my mustard. And then do I have like peacock feathers or Mermaid Lagoon? Mermaid Lagoon will work good. Okay. My favorite thing in the world. So you start light to dark. So I'm just throwing down my yellow and my pink. Good spritz on this. That's how that beads up. I'm going to spritz this. It's not watercolor paper, so I'm not soaking this. I don't want too much warping, so just a nice little mist on there. And then I'm just going to start pouncing this in. And layers, layers, layers work the best when you do this. So layer it up. I need more ink anyway, so I'll dry this back. Nice and soft, too. That looks really nice and soft. I think that's my darkest pink. It is my darkest pink. I'm resisting the urge to grab the Distress ink spray stains behind me to go darker, but I want to keep this soft, so I'm resisting to go bright. Conyers, yeah. So I'm going to do the yellow and pink probably one more time at least here. Lightly in there. So get my pink kind of, oh, there you go. Layer that up and that looks good. Might as well just pick up what I got. I might have to do this one more time on this, and I think I might be good on this because that's layering up really nice. I totally agree, Deborah. These are, I shouldn't say newer to me. They are a little bit newer to me, and I'm really forcing myself on the oxides, but I love them. I love the techniques that we can do with these and the results. Just absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to do this one more time, same colors, with my pink and my yellow. So this is just, caramelized amber and Kitsch Flamingo. And I'm just going to make sure I can get the color in some of these spots that I miss in it. Good layered up. And I'm just going to pick up the rest. And that looks like a good spot to stop. And I'm going to do just a tweak of blue. But I'm changing my mind. I think we're going to go a little bit lighter. I think my broken china is just a little bit lighter. So we're going to go a little broken china on this. I don't want a lot on this one with the blue. So this is just going to be kind of like little taps. Just want a little bit on there to pop that white off, basically, is what I'm trying to do. I'm digging it. We're going to go just a little right here. Oh, I love it. Okay, let me dry this back. Oh my gosh, they blend so nice, don't they, Cordelia? Like smooth. So smooth. All right, let me just, as I'm drying, let's see if I can double duty this. So let's just wipe this up. Because now I'm just going to ink spray, or oxide spray, the other piece. This is a telltale if I'm, what's that called? Ambidextrous? Ambidextrous? All right. So now I'm going to use my Distress Oxide spray. So sponge sugar, might throw a little Victorian Velvet with shaded lilac in there. Yeah, Jim, it's a very well-loved mat, but I'm not good at doing it the right way. I just recently watched a video by Tim saying wipe from the middle out or your edges will curl, and that's why I'm getting the curled edges on mine, because I do this. I'm not doing it per instructions from Tim, but I do need probably a new one here soon. Get these good and shook up. Not doing too bad two-handed here. All right, same, not a ton. I'm going to start, I do think I'm going to throw just a little of the Victorian Velvet on my first base there. Let's get my sponge sugar. Ooh, I like that a lot. That's a stop and be done right there. Sorry, Cordelia. Shawn, Deborah McD does 2 crafty girls with. Oh, okay. Now I recognize that. Well, welcome. Thanks for hanging. I gotta catch you guys soon on the next one. I think I've watched the Crafty Girls once or twice, so I gotta catch you guys again. When are you guys doing it again, Deborah? Oh, look at that. I am digging that one. All right, let's try my second one. And we're gonna cut these up and we're gonna start assembling this card. 8th of February. Okay, all right, hang on. I'm grabbing a pen because I'm gonna have to write this down on a little sticky here. February 8th. All right, I'll put myself a little reminder and catch it. I'll do it, get notified. I love Miss ECR. I miss working with her on Anthony's team so much. She was my first live, so I did a live with her on her channel for the very first time. We had the worst storm come through here, Tobacco. I lost power. I kept coming on and off. Then we tried it again, and almost same thing happened. But I think we did 3 or 2. I can't remember. But now I've got to have her on my channel. Now that I figured out how to do guests, I had Biddy Penny as my first guest. I got to have ECR on mine. Love watching her. All right. Here's my 2 dried pieces, you guys. That one and this one. Let's cut these up to what I need for size. So this one, now I threw my stickies. Where'd my stickies go? I need this one at 5.5 by 2 inches times 2. So that was not this one. Where's the other one? Oh, by 1 inch. 5.5 by 1 inch. So let's go 5.5. I went just slightly over when I made these, so I had a little wiggle room. So 5. Ooh, I almost did 5.25. So 5.5. Oh, I didn't give myself much on that one. By 1 inch times 2. And I'm measuring the one over on this side. 1 inch there times 2. And I'm going to keep it going on this side so that my pattern kind of matches the way this fun fold's going to lay out. Okay. All right, so there's my 2 pieces. I'm just going to lay them so that they stay in order for me. Now this one is 5.25 by 2 3/4 times 2. So let me get my 5.25 cut here. 5.25. No, I want to go this way. No, it's got to go. 5.25 got to be this way because these pieces that come in have to lay this way on my card. So I need 5.25 from top to bottom. Just in my head how I wanted this laid out, right, as how I stamped it. Then if I turn this, I need 2 at 2.75. So 1, and that is right on the money. I don't even think I gave myself any extra on that one. Nope, hardly anything. So perfect. So there's my 2 pieces, okay? All right. Now, let's get out our card base. A2 size card base. I am using, it is, I think this is a 60-pound new paper that I got from Cardstock Warehouse. This, I don't remember the name of this red. Love this red. It's a nice deep red. So A2 size, cut this way on the 8.5 by 11, scored at 4.25. But now over here on my top flap, I need a score at 1 1/4. Okay, so 1 1/4, right there. And then just fold that piece back. This is now what's going to house my hearts. Whoops. It's going to get covered with DSP anyway. All right. So this is what's going to get covered with my hearts. But I need 1 piece here, and I need 1 piece here. So let's get those down first and get them out of my way. Oops, oops, oops. What's this? Oh, time's 7 o'clock. All right, I'm gonna go find it. I'm assuming Elizabeth has it as an up and coming, and then I'll just do the get notified button. All right, so this is going here. Oh, that looks so nice on that red too. Okay, other one goes on this other side. Like so, just give yourself the border, right? So it's matchy-matchy from side to side. Okay, now when I open this up, 1 goes here, 1 goes here on my other 2 pieces. So let's grab those. And lay those down. And I'm going to move this because I'm going to have to get out my hefty weight on this. Okay. Same thing. Just lay it out. Give yourself the border. And I'm going to tuck it out to the outer edge just a little extra. If I can get it to move before it dries, because that's the side that's going to show. So I want more there than I did on the other one. Okay. So there's that. So this is how this is gonna look. So I just wanted a little differential. but slightly different pattern when you look at it up close, different patterns, right? Okay, open up the other one. This one goes here. I just love making my own little designer paper like this way. It just is so fun. All right, so now just center this one on the inside panel. Okay, now I'm going to get out my brick to flatten this down. I'm going to set this aside because we're going to do some ink blending. So let me just grab my sticky mat. If I can find where I put my sticky mat. I cleaned and organized, and where did I put my sticky mat? Let's see. Sticky mat, where are you? Let's see. All right, maybe we're not going to use a sticky mat. Let's just get out the sub for the sticky mat right here. Okay, let's ink blend these. So now I know my big one's going to go on the front with my vellum, like so. Okay, so I'm going to just go a little pink and a little lavender combined on that one. Then my smaller ones, I'm going to do one of, just single colors. And now you're just ink blending. Now I know I juiced these up before we started because they were kind of dry, so. And just ink blend these out. And I'll probably need to go over just with a light paper towel on the other ones I just laid down to wipe off that embossing from the ink smushing and stuff. Yeah, I need to start doing this more because this just pops out so nice. Let me grab a paper towel. And then you just polish it up. Look at that. You wouldn't even know that was a Christmas ornament, right? Yeah, Deborah, it's my paper. It is my pool weights. Yes, Cordelia. Yes, this is stone from my pool that we built this summer. And I went dumpster diving because I'm like, those would make the best weights. So, yes, they are. Now I'm just going to do each of these in one color. And I'm going to go just slightly brighter on these. So I'll do a couple pink, and then I'll do a couple lavender. Like so. And let me see, I got 2 of those. So I got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do more lavender. So I think I'm going to use that one lavender. We'll do a couple of these small ones in pink. The rest of this is just easy. This is all it is. It's that easy. Like literally throw it down, throw some color on it. We'll polish the top coat off. Polish those off. That easy. So I've set these aside. I'm going to flip because it's got some pink on it, and I don't want to get the pink, continue to get the pink. So, okay, now we'll just do my purple, lavender. I don't think I'm going to end up using all of these hearts. I made extra just in case, depending on how I lay these out. Wasn't quite sure, I didn't measure, to be honest. Deborah, the paper store I use is cardstockwarehouse.com. I did put a link down below for them, I believe. If not, I will. I just ordered a whole bunch. Now what I'm doing, I have a video that either came out or is coming out from Monday Moment, I think it was, or tips and tricks on them. I just ordered my second order from them. This is only like my second or third time restocking since in 5 years for colored cardstock. So I ordered different weights this time just to test 65-pound, 80-pound cardstocks for this stuff and for card bases, but I love their colors are so nice, you guys. I just love them. All right. That's it. Okay, let me polish these ones off. And move this stuff aside. One last thing I need to do is I need to measure this little piece and probably cut that to size. So I'm going to need this piece. I cut a piece, but it's not the right size. So I'm going to need about basically 2 3/4, and we'll go by 2 3/4 by 5. 2 3/4 by 5. And my piece was right here. I just will cut that down really quick to throw that on the inside, but I want to stamp a little corner of it. So 5 it is, yes, and 2 3/4. This will give me my little space to write on. And what I want to do is I'm going to carry this theme over just a little bit. Since my stamp is in there, just going to reposition that a little bit. Let me wipe that off because I think that still has embossing on it anyway. Okay. We're just going to give this a little something coming up from that bottom. And I'm going to go a little lavender. No, I'm going to go pink. I'm looking at my card and I think I've got enough lavender going now. We're going to go pink. Just throw a little pink on there. Give myself a little something something on that inside. Like so. Love it, love it, love it. I just love the little design. I just love that. Okay, we glue that in, and we're going to assemble the rest of this, and that's it. Well, we might do a sentiment here on this before we're done. What time are we at? We're at 10:02. I think I can squeeze out a sentiment after I get these hearts glued on. Look, craft roulette's probably just getting started, right? Was supposed to be here in Palmetto, so now it's running late. I think we've definitely got time to catch craft roulette. They're probably just getting through the, what do you call it, the run-throughs and the parameters. All right. There we go. All right, let's put my hearts down. I'm going to hold this down as I start here. My other size paperweight here. Okay, so I'm going to, this was from a pack that I got from a big box store of all this Valentine's vellum. Awesome vellum in there. So we're going to glue my big one down on that. And this is going to go on top of the big string of hearts here. So we'll just set that down, let that dry. All right, here's the concept of what we want to do. And I'm going to get out some dimensionals because we're going to probably pop some up on some dimensionals and some not. So I have that variegated up and down kind of texture, okay? So I'm going to start with this one, just gluing this one down. Like so. Then let's just take and throw one of these. Like that. Now I'm going to pop this one up. I love my texture. You guys that watch me, you know I love my texture. All right, come on. So this is a super easy card to put together. Just get out those stamps that you may think are traditional holiday or traditional something else, and use them in a different light, and throw some color to it. But most of the work on this card has been the embossing. So I'm just tucking these in and around, basically just kind of a randomish pattern. So I'm going to go another big heart, and then we'll do the purple heart there. So I'm going to throw this one down here. Then I'm going to pop this one, this pink one up. Cordelia, yes, I do that a fair amount, but sometimes they usually come up pretty easy. And then if I'm rushed or if I'm doing it for lives, I always feel like I end up tearing it too much, so I end up doing it this way. Okay. All right, so tuck around. I think I made just enough. I've got enough, but I've got some little gold ones I want to throw in, little bits and pieces in around there. So now I'm going to go one purple up in there, spread this out. Oh, it worked, it worked, it worked. Actually, I got one there, and I think that's too many because I'm going to throw... I already pre-cut these out of this shimmer glitter paper that I have. So I've got 2 popped up. That's plenty for me. And now I'm just going to put some of these gold ones in and around to fill in. I pre-cut these because I thought it's just die cutting. I figured you guys don't want to sit here all night watching me die cut, so... love, love, love. You wouldn't even know that these were a holiday stamp. The hard part of this is trying to figure out, like, do I have too many going this way? Do I have too many going this way? All right, now I'm going to throw some little bitsies in there. Cordelia, usually I have the shaky fingers or the knobby fingers that I can't ever like grab with the end of my fingertips. So similar issue, same issue, yes. All right, did this give you guys some inspiration, I hope? I think I need one more right in through here, and we're gonna go, let's see, do I want small or do I want a medium? We're gonna go small, right where I put it, actually. All right, now, last one, right in the middle. Right behind that vellum, so you're not covering everything up. Or you're not covering it up, meaning you're not showing the glue through the vellum, is what I meant. All right. There we have our card. Let's do a sentiment here quick, and throw a little sentiment on there. I wanted to use, see if I grabbed it earlier. Here it is. This Simon Says Lovely set. And I think I'm just going to die cut this out in gold to bring this gold out with the black background, I think. And then we'll emboss the other 2 little pieces. So let's just cut that out quick. And I'm just going to do black background on it and gold on that. And we're going to use the same gold shimmer paper. Get out those scraps. All right. This one, I love, after it gets cut, it comes in a couple pieces, the word itself, but it goes together really easy. And this particular set has a lot of options to go with the word lovely, which I liked. So that's my shadow piece. And now, get this, I usually have to put a shim to get a nice cut off of this paper, especially with word dies The hearts did okay, but usually with word dice and stuff, I put a little extra shim on it. And I just go back, all the way back through, just to get a little extra cut on it. And then you'll see this does come in a couple pieces when it cuts out. So your V is separate, and then you got your L, O, and then the last part of the word. See what I mean? You just need a shim on this paper. It's a little extra thick with that glitter on top. So, all right. Set those aside. Since we're using the embossing powder like it's going out of business, not a style here, let's do, on this stamp set, it has the word lovely, and I wanted to do, I think we're going to do 4A, lovely, human being. I like that one. All right, what do we do with this stuff? You get out your scraps. I'm going to turn this way because I got a nice straight edge there in the bottom. Okay, so then I can line up human being in the corner so I have less cutting to do. And then this corner, because then I just have basically two sides to cut. Perfect. Pick that up. And I haven't used these ones, so we'll prime them just a little bit. Deborah, a shim. Get yourself just a piece of paper. This was a half a sheet of cardstock. It's flattened out pretty good now, so the first couple times you use it, it'll be a little tougher to get it through, but once it flattens and smushes it, it'll get a little easier, and it gets to be it's just enough that I need usually. Mine's just a little piece of cardstock. There are shims, but I just use cardstock. Scraps usually. All right, I think I've got a good, yep. And you know what? Because I said it earlier, I'm going to have to just do it. We're going to go, I was going to do gold, but because I've got white embossing here, and I don't hardly do it enough, right? Let's just throw this in white. Because now I can say I've done it. No more complaining I don't do it enough. I've done it. I didn't powder that the best, I guess. Pardon me if I'm blowing into the mic, but I'm going to have to do this over. We're going to do that one over. Let's get this one before I smush this one, and then I'll do the other piece over. Melt that down. All right, let's just do the other one more time. Repowder that nice and good. Of course, I screw up on the one that just had the two little words. Deborah, wax paper for the shim, or for this? Oh, there we go. Much better. Much, much better. All right, let's just trim this down. This is my little trick. If it's a little piece of paper, I'll use my pick to pull this in and line it up the best that I can to hold it, because I don't have enough to hold on to. Just like so. Gently so it doesn't move on me. I saw on a video once that to do these little things like this, a lady took a scratch piece of paper. So let's just say I'm going to cut this little tiny piece in half. She took a scratch piece of paper, taped it on, and used this piece as her little shover piece, like her shover piece, which I thought was a clever idea. All right, that one is done. And where'd my 4A, and now let's just glue these on, and then we'll put this on the card, and we got ourselves a little Valentine's card made out of Christmas. Instead of Christmas in July, we got Christmas in February. All right, where's my little tweezers? I got powder, I think, literally everywhere now. All right, so this one, look how easy this is to line up. It just, on the black shadow piece, it's got like a little beveled edge where this cut. If you line it up with that beveled edge, it lines up really nice. It just, if you put it right, it just centers it perfectly if you follow that beveled edge. I bought this stamp set A because I needed some Valentine's ones. Also, though, the options in it to add with this word lovely, there was so much of it. So that's what gravitated me towards this one. And I'm not going to worry about putting this on any dimensionals. That, and then we're going to go here, and this one I need to put probably more there. All right, so this one I'm going to throw up in this corner of the heart. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, I didn't actually call it out, I maybe should have. I had a little smudge right there from that embossing powder, but I knew I was going to probably put a sentiment, so I literally just covered it up. All right, sorry about my head. I just want to make sure I'm straight here. There we go. Here is our little fun fold card with my interpretation of a heart die going down the center. I got that color with the botanical florals embossed here. Then this one, I did this as the background. See, I cut two in case there's stuff popping through. There's color coming through there. But this was then with the pink and the shaded lilac with the other ornament piece that you can see goes this way, right? So you can't even tell. And then I just took the botanicals on the inside on both sides. So you got yourself just a nice little fun fold card with a little dimension on there as well. So hope this gives you some inspiration. I'll see if I can show you on the front cam here, because sometimes this will adjust a little bit better and a little bit more clear. So there it goes, right about there. So there you have it. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me. Thank you, Cordelia. Appreciate that. Little bit of ideas on how to look at what you have, turn it into a different card than what it was intended for. These botanical sets, the Zentangle sets that she has, are so universal. They're really fun to watercolor if you're into watercolor. I've used watercolor with the Perfect Pearls and made shimmer and all that kind of stuff out of these. So these sets are really, really fun to use. These, again, just to show you really quick, this one was the Tangled Ornaments set. And then the one that I have in the Misty here, I'll just show you in the Misty because that is the botanical. It's black, so you can't probably see the detail, but this is the Botanical Garden set, or Tangled Garden, sorry, Tangled Garden. So those are the two sets that I used this evening for this card. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Those of us here in Georgia, stay dry, stay warm. In Canada, stay warm. You're in my neck of the woods where I know the temperature that it can get to. So stay warm, you guys. Thank you for hanging with me and appreciate you guys sticking around. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Cordelia. Thank you, Jim, for hanging out. And then I will see the Crafty Girls on ECR's page on the 8th. So have a great weekend and thanks again.